Halmu, Pshawomwa, Pshatavino, Pisha Yongona. Hello, how are you all doing? Good morning, good day, good evening. Welcome back to another lesson. Today, as you can see in this title, we're going to be looking at adjectives in Northern Paiute. Now, if some of you are like me, maybe you didn't pay much attention to what that means in high school, like grammatical terms. So here's a brief summary of what that is. Adjectives are modifiers. Modifiers describe properties or attributes of whatever it is that they're modifying. For example, red house. This adjective red describes the color property. Short man describes the height property. Pretty woman describes the appearance. A big dog describes the size of the dog. So these are just a few examples of different adjectives. There are many more adjectives, and we'll see other examples throughout the rest of this video. So as always, all the examples I'm going to provide come from various dialects, and just keep in mind these are just a summary, okay? These are just a brief overview of adjectives. There's far more that could be said, going more in depth, but I hope this overview helps you out in your own further studies of Paiute. Keep in mind this very important thing. Adjectives in Paiute inflect. In other words, they change form. They change form depending on how the adjective is being used. If the adjective is modifying the subject of a sentence, it takes what you see on the left-hand side, this nominative suffix "u." But if the adjective is modifying the object of a sentence, it takes what you see on the right-hand side, the suffix ku or u. So let's get right into looking at the examples, and I hope it'll help you make more sense of this. First, su uru yunatsi kimaugina. This means the tall boy is coming this way. So uru, the second word uru, means tall or long, and it is referring to, or it is modifying the subject of the sentence. The boy is coming, and so that is why it takes the "u" suffix. Su uru yunatsi kimaogina. But in the objective form, it takes "u." Ne ka uru natsi punni. I see the tall boy. So in this case, the tall boy isn't the subject. He is the object. He is who I see. So it takes the "u" suffix. Ne ka uru natsi punni. Here's another example. Ne ka uru tegapuna usuka mitsikuigya. I asked for the long rope, but he gave me the short one. So we have two different examples here of suffixes being used. First is the uru, which again refers to long. I asked for the long rope. This is the object form. But down below we have mitsiku. So mitsi means short. Mitsiku is the objective form of the adjective describing what he gave me. He gave me the short one. Iwa yuraiba maru de huddagatyu. Many deer are on the mountain. So iwa means many, but this is the subject form. It is the subject. Many deer are on the mountain. So iwa yuraiba maru de huddagatyu. And this is from the Urington dialect. Now this is the object form. Iwao ne pavi imapunni. I see many older brothers. Older brothers is the object, so iwa takes the u suffix. Hutsi yupi havi kopi ibija kamakti. A little sugar makes coffee taste good. Hutsi. Hutsi means a little bit or a few, but it's the subject, so it's the hutsi yupi havi. A little sugar. The object form here is usu hutsiku hongona tunga. Usu hutsiku hongona tunga. She asked for a little bit of flour. Here's another example. No yunahi novikwe. No yunahi novikwe. Everything is in the house. That is the nominative form. or the subject form, but the object is no kohima supira kwatu. She knows everything. Here's an example of a numeral, or the number 2, being used as an adjective. Waha'yu riakamomoko ni dihonaga. That means 2 women are going out digging roots. So waha would be the root form of 2, but waha'yu indicates the subject of the sentence, 2 women. The object form here is nkawahagu ni sana bizapi. I like what the 2 women are cooking. I forgot to underline it, but here it is the GGOO, gu, gu. This comes from the Mono Lake dialect, and so that's why it's spelled with 2 G's, because it's pronounced a little differently. But it is the same as the KOO suffix from previous examples. Again, this is the object form. I like what the 2 women cooked. Wahagu momoko ni. Uma atsinobi bababayu. Those red houses are big. This example here now is a little different because baba, the adjective big, the first syllable reduplicates. In other words, it's repeated. That indicates that its head noun is plural. It's more than one. If it was just one house, it would just simply be babayu. Suatsa nobi babayu. But here it refers to many houses, so it's reduplicated. Bababayu. And of course, we have this u suffix. This time, though, this is what's called the predicate suffix. A predicate basically describes something in a different way. It modifies something in a different way. It says you have a head noun, in this case, those red houses, and you describe something about it. You say those red houses are red. You could say those red houses are big. You could say those red houses are pretty. You're just predicating something about a verb or a noun phrase. Let's look at another example. Sumowo ni pishayu. The woman is kind or good. Again, the noun phrase, the woman, and then you say is blank. That's a predicate. Another example, Narapugu iwa'yu. My horses are many. Here's another one. Imoko unemuarepushuta'yu. My shoes are very old and ugly. So suta'yu, ugly. But you may notice there are 2 adjectives here. My shoes are very old and ugly. Well, tepu is the predicate suffix used for adjectives that describe age, such as new or old. So let's look at more examples of those to better understand them. Purunagui dumukwa means I'm going to buy a new dress. What do you notice here? Puru doesn't have any suffix to it. It's just simply new. Puru. No u suffix and no ku suffix. It's just puru. That's just because that's how this type of adjective works. It does not inflect. It does not change form when it's just used simply like this. But in the predicate form, that's when it does take this suffix dupu. Usunagui pururup. That dress is new. The adjective old, mua, muapo, muapogubakwe, nakochuka yakwi. I usually go back on the old road. Again, this is just simply mua. It doesn't change form, except in the predicate. Umumomoko ni mumuarup. Those women are old. Notice here, this one also is reduplicated. That's because this adjective, this age adjective, reduplicates when it is describing multiple people rather than just a singular woman. Another example of a predicate suffix is one that refers to color, and it is what you see here at the last word, cuidado, cuidado. Other dialects say cuichade, cuichade. So it's sukazi atsa cuidado. The car is red. But check this one out. Sunap ujit. Sunap ujit means the floor is cold. This word ujit is just the simple bare term cold. It takes no suffix. So keep that in mind. Some adjectives require suffixes, some don't. How do you learn which ones do and which ones don't? You just need to continually be receiving an intake of the language. Listen as much as you can, read as much as you can, learn, study. That is how you will learn more. So, Matnusapa. That is all. That is the end. Again, this was just a summary, an overview. I hope it will prove helpful for you as you continue doing your own deeper studies. So, until next time, thank you, Bishamu. Thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So until next time, Punirua. See you later.